When I think back to my early childhood home in Minneapolis, my brain conjures up a dim outline of a blue house on Pillsbury Avenue. While it's hard to remember the exact details of the house, the memories of its inhabitants come quite easily. I can picture my hands on the furniture, always trying to spread my mess out onto our sparse belongings. I see my dad putting one of our purple tutus on his head and declaring to no one in particular, "I am Tutu Monster," as he scoops my sister and me up in his arms while we shriek and try to scramble out of his grasp, giggling the whole time. He had a gift for creating worlds. Our parents shape and create our reality. For a long time, we have no sense outside of their worldview. A while back, I spent some serious time digitizing hundreds of decades-old photos, tucked away in ancient red photo albums, so that I could pull them up at a moment's notice. The images tell a familiar tale. Two little girls encased in baby buckets, looking up at the bad hair and fashions of the 1980s. Sometimes we are smiling in the photos. More often, though, we are not. We were born without so much as a wisp of hair, so naturally my grandma Jojo took to Scotch taping bows on our heads. She needed people to know that we were baby girls, not boys. My mother is absent from these photos. It's just a flurry of aunts and uncles and Mountain Dew cans. My arms are chubby, and I am often reaching out for more. There is no baby book that recounts my first words or steps, but when I asked my dad in my teendom what my first utterance was, you better bet he said Dada. Megan is so tiny in these early images. Her body so small it looks like she could evaporate. Our nicknames mimic our stature, as luck would have it. I am known as Beefaroni, and she Noodles. I am often captured with a bottle in hand, and in a couple of photos, trying to grab the bottle from Megan's hands. There's one photo of my dad in these albums that I studied carefully. It's not like the others. He is in some sort of rec room, and he is standing up at a podium. It looks like he is clocking in around 300 pounds. And he has a beard. Not exactly fighting shape. Other men fill the room. He looks focused and nervous, photographed in mid-sentence. I called Uncle Joe. He is warm and charismatic with a bald head and small circular glasses. I'd been remiss in calling. Life had gotten busy. "Do you remember this photo?" I asked after describing it to him. "What was he like then?" Joe paused to think about it. I could tell that he was placating me. This was the second time in 10 years he'd had to revisit a past that was very dark for his entire family. My dad spent some serious time excavating the facts of his life for his own memoir, The Night of the Gun. Well, your dad was a mystery to us. He tried his hand at treatment on numerous occasions, and it just never seemed to stick. We knew, and I think he knew, that this time had to be different. Must have been at a meeting. We were the stakes. These little babies needed a parent, and my mother was not going to magically reappear from Texas or Mexico, or wherever she was at the time. We needed him. But didn't that intensify the pressure? I asked. Well, didn't your dad always thrive under pressure? Why, yes, he did. As Megan and I age in the photos, our hair begins to grow, and we go from looking like little old men to looking like little girls. Starting around age 4, a soft white and pink checkered baby blanket starts appearing next to me as if it were surgically attached. As I sought out other archival material from this time, I came across his column in the Family Times, a local paper that had given him some space to muse about life as a single dad. The column was aptly titled, "Because I Said So." In one installment, he told of how he'd turned away for a second to look for my ever-quiet sister, and before he knew it, I had gotten myself into our junker of a car and started backing out of the driveway. The minor heart attacks that surround the life of a young parent astound me.